When you think of Pennsylvania, you probably picture rolling hills, historic Philadelphia, or maybe Hershey's chocolate. But there's another side to the Keystone State that doesn't make it into any tourist brochures. Beyond the well-trodden paths lie the rusted skeletons of once thriving amusement parks, places where laughter has been replaced by eerie silence and nature is slowly reclaiming what man built. In this video, we're revealing 7 abandoned theme parks in Pennsylvania, and you'll want to stick around for number 1 because it's not just abandoned, it's hiding a secret locals still whisper about. If you love exploring forgotten places, hit subscribe before we dive in. So, let's jump right in. Number 7, Williams Grove Amusement Park, Cumberland County. Just outside Mechanicsburg, about 10 miles west of Harrisburg, you'll find the ghostly remains of what was once a premier destination for family fun. Williams Grove, amusement park operated for over 130 years before closing its gates for good in 2005. Today, the property sits like a time capsule of decay, with its iconic wooden roller coaster still standing against the sky, its tracks now home to birds rather than screaming riders. Starting as a simple picnic grove in the 1850s, the Morgan family transformed it into a beloved local institution, a full-fledged amusement park by the 1920s. The Cyclone roller coaster, built in 1933, became the park's crown jewel, a wooden marvel that thrilled generations. For decades, families flocked here each summer, creating memories that would last a lifetime. The park's decline began in the late 1990s as competition from larger parks like Hershey Park drew visitors away. Rising maintenance costs on aging rides made it impossible to stay profitable. After the 2005 season, the owners made the difficult decision to close permanently, ending a run that spanned 3 centuries. Today, the Cyclone still looms, its wooden structure weathered but recognizable, while the Ferris wheel sits motionless, its rusted seats swaying in the wind. It's a place frozen in time, a monument to memories that still echo in the empty spaces. Surreal. But the next place has an even wilder story, one that involves a tragic accident that sealed its fate forever. Number 6, Rocky Glen Park, Luzerne County. Nestled in the Wyoming Valley near Moosic, Rocky Glen Park once bustled with the sounds of joy and excitement. Today, only concrete foundations and scattered remnants remain of what was once northeastern Pennsylvania's favorite summer destination. The park operated from 1886 until 1970, serving generations of families seeking relief from the region's coal mines and factories. Rocky Glen began as a trolley park, built at the end of a streetcar line to encourage weekend ridership. Its natural setting in a wooded glen gave it a charm that commercial parks couldn't match. The signature attraction was the Comet roller coaster, a wooden twister that sent riders screaming through the trees. The park also featured a swimming pool and dance pavilion, making it the perfect summer escape. The park's fortunes waned in the 1960s as families traveled by car instead of trolley. The 1972 Hurricane Agnes flood delivered the final blow, devastating the remaining infrastructure. With mounting repair costs and declining attendance, the owners closed permanently. The rides were sold off or dismantled, leaving only memories and concrete footprints behind. Today, the site is largely overgrown, but if you know where to look, you can still find the pool's remnants and ride footings. It's a place where the past literally resurfaces from time to time. Melancholy. And wait until you hear what happened at the next one. It's a story of bizarre disappearances and mysterious circumstances. Number 5, Angela Park, Carbon County. Just outside Easton in Carbon County, Angela Park was a small roadside amusement park that operated mainly through the 1950s and early 1960s. Built for the growing car culture of post-war America, it offered simple attractions. A modest wooden roller coaster, kiddie rides, arcade games, and picnic tables shaded by trees. It was never grand, but it was dependable. Local families returned each summer, and children lining up for the coaster while parents watched nearby. For a time, it fit perfectly into the rhythm of small-town Pennsylvania life. By the early 1960s, larger regional parks began drawing crowds with bigger, more modern attractions. Attendance at Angela Park declined. Rising maintenance and insurance costs made upgrades unrealistic. Without investment, the park quietly closed. For years, the coaster stood abandoned, slowly deteriorating as vegetation overtook the property. Today, only scattered remnants remain, concrete pads and rusted fragments hidden beneath overgrowth. Angela Park didn't collapse in disaster. It simply disappeared. Number 4, Cascade Park, Lawrence County. In Newcastle, Pennsylvania, Cascade Park once stood as one of Western Pennsylvania's most beloved trolley parks. Opened in 1892 at the end of a streetcar line, it was designed to attract weekend riders escaping the region's steel mills and factories. What began as a picnic grove soon expanded into a full amusement destination with a wooden roller coaster, dance hall, carousel, and swimming pool. The park thrived through the early and mid 20th century. Families gathered beneath shaded trees, children lined up for rides, and summer evenings were filled with music from the pavilion. Its wooden coaster became a local landmark, visible above the tree line. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, however, shifting travel habits and competition from larger theme parks began to erode attendance. Maintaining aging wooden rides grew increasingly expensive. After the 1982 season, Cascade Park closed permanently. Some structures were dismantled, others left to deteriorate. Today, parts of the grounds remain as a public park, but traces of the amusement era linger. Old foundations, pathways, and fragments hidden in wooded areas. Cascade Park didn't vanish overnight. It slowly transitioned from laughter to landscape. Liking this journey into Pennsylvania's past? Hit that thumbs up and consider subscribing for more explorations of abandoned places across America. Should we have a whole playlist of similar adventures in the description below? Now, let's keep going with our countdown. Number 3, Dorney Park's Lost Lands, Lehigh County. Before Dorney Park became the thriving modern park it is today, it contains sections that have since been abandoned. What makes this entry unique is that these forgotten areas exist within a still operating park, creating a strange juxtaposition of active fun and neglected decay. The most notable is what longtime employees call the Lost Lands, a section closed off in the early 1990s. Dorney Park began in 1884 as a fish hatchery and evolved into an amusement park by the turn of the century. The area known as the Lost Lands was originally the Old Timers Picnic Grove, featuring vintage rides and a small museum. As Dorney modernized in the 1980s and 90s, adding bigger thrills, the Old Timers area saw declining attendance. Management made the decision to close it, redirecting resources elsewhere. Unlike standalone abandoned parks, Dorney's Lost section was simply fenced off and left to decay. Today, if you know where to look, you can catch glimpses of these areas. Behind the Hydra roller coaster, overgrown pathways remain. The foundation of the original carousel building still exists, covered with vegetation. The most haunting sight is a row of abandoned game booths, their paint faded and peeling. What makes this so fascinating is how it exists in plain sight, with thousands of visitors passing nearby each day, completely unaware. Surreal. Number 2. Freedomland USA, Philadelphia. Though technically in the Bronx, Freedomland USA deserves mention as it was conceived and marketed primarily to Philadelphia residents. This historical theme park operated for just 5 seasons, 1960 to 1964, but left an indelible mark on those who experienced its ambitious vision. Created by C.V. Wood, a former Disney executive who helped build Disneyland, Freedomland spanned 205 acres shaped like the United States. Visitors could experience the Chicago Fire, ride a steamboat down the Mississippi, or witness the San Francisco earthquake across its 40-plus attractions. Despite its innovative concept as the East Coast's answer to Disneyland, Freedomland struggled immediately. Its remote location made access difficult, while competition from the 1964 to 65 New York World's Fair lured away potential visitors. Elaborate sets required higher maintenance costs than anticipated. After just 5 seasons, mounting debts forced bankruptcy and permanent closure. Today, almost nothing remains above ground. The area has been so thoroughly redeveloped that determining the park's exact boundaries requires historical maps. It's a reminder that even the most ambitious dreams can fade away, leaving barely a trace. Unbelievable. But our number 1 abandoned Pennsylvania theme park isn't just forgotten, it's hiding a secret so disturbing that locals still whisper about it today. Number 1, Bushkill Park, Northampton County. Tucked away in the Pocono Mountains near Easton, Bushkill Park stands as Pennsylvania's most haunting abandoned amusement park. Operating from 1902 until 2007, this beloved local institution was once a vibrant destination featuring vintage rides like the Comet wooden roller coaster, bumper cars, and a cherished carousel that delighted generations of families. During its golden years, the park echoed with children's laughter and the mechanical symphony of attractions that had been preserved long after other parks modernized. The park's demise came through a devastating series of disasters. Hurricane Ivan's flooding in 2004, another catastrophic flood in 2006, and finally a devastating fire in 2007 that destroyed the carousel building and several other structures. Beyond natural disasters, the park harbors darker mysteries. In 1939, a young ride operator named Thomas was tragically killed in the whip ride, with locals claiming his ghost still wanders the grounds. His presence sometimes felt as a sudden chill on warm summer nights. Today, Bushkill Park exists in beautiful decay. The Comet's wooden structure partially collapsed. the carousel building a charred skeleton, and bumper cars still arranged as if waiting for riders who will never return. Security guards report mysterious lights and unexplained noises, adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Though new owners occasionally discuss restoration, the park remains frozen in time, a place where echoes of laughter mix with whispers of the past, preserving both joy and tragedy in its weathered structures. And there you have it, 7 abandoned theme parks in Pennsylvania that tell stories of joy, tragedy, and the relentless passage of time. Each of these forgotten places once echoed with laughter, but now stands as a monument to memories left behind. Which one surprised you most? Was it the park hidden inside a still operating one, or the one locals say is haunted? If we missed an abandoned Pennsylvania park that deserves recognition, let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey, check out our playlist of similar explorations across America. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more adventures on the other side of familiar places, and ring that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.